Greetings to all of our YouTube subscribers and friends. Welcome to episode number 111 of If This Car Could Talk. We're so glad you joined us today, and this week's feature car is a Ford Mustang of the Fox body variety. However, this is no ordinary Fox car. It's an 88 notchback that performs as good as it sounds. How's this for impressive? It was driven 2 hours to a drag strip in Tucson, Arizona, ripped off a best time of 10:70, and was driven home without any issues. Today, owner Andy Perlman will explain the story of his prized family heirloom. So sit back and enjoy today's feature, and be sure to give the video the thumbs up and share it with everyone you know. Please feel free to leave a comment about this notchback or anything else that's on your mind. We always appreciate your comments and read every one of them. Without any further delay, let's go for a ride.
My name's Andy Perlman. I drive the 88 Ford Mustang Coupe, also known as Notchback. I've owned the car for 19 years now. I met the original owner. He was actually worked with an ex-girlfriend of mine, and I saw him pull in when I was meeting her for lunch one day and shook his hand and told him, "I want to buy your car." And a year later, he called me up and said, "It's for sale." He's moving to California, so I went that night, made him an offer on it, and ended up buying the car. It was a stock 5-liter 5-speed car. It had nothing done to it except Flowmaster mufflers. It was very faded. It had red interior in it. All I knew is there was something different about it. It was a coupe instead of a hatchback, and there's something about the color. I had to have it. So at the time, I actually had a '79 Trans Am, and I sold it the next day to pay for it. Now it's got a Dart-based 363. It's 11-to-1 compression. It's running a 150 shot of nitrous right now. It's gone a 1070 at 133. It's a T56 6-speed. All the suspensions, all UPR, K-member coilovers. It's got Bayer brakes, Bellac Industries Series 3 wheels. I've changed the interior out to gray. It's the original color of the car, but it has been repainted. A friend of mine was a painter, and he was gracious enough to let me help him do it in his garage. I think that was about 14 years ago now. The car's been driven everywhere. I drove it to California just a couple months ago, put over 1,000 miles on it, just that weekend alone. It's got over 300,000 miles on the odometer. It's the original odometer to the car. Just before I did the Dart block, I went to the drag strip. I was running a 347 with a stock block in it, and I think I was spraying a 125 on it. It was the first time I ever went in the 10s. It went 1090, but it split the block about half pass, and I knew it was done. No oil pressure, the temperature was already sky high, but I just stayed on it, and went 1090 for the first time. That was pretty cool. Good friend of mine bailed me out and trailered me home, thankfully. Yeah, plans down the road, really just trying to drive it and enjoy it. I would like to get a new paint job on it at some point. It's starting to show some age. I've probably got about 100,000 miles almost on this paint job, so it's got its rock chips and its dings. I think that would take it to the next level. I'd like to shave the engine compartment and clean that up some more. I've had the car since I was pretty young, so building it through the years, it's never had any downtime. I do a motor in a weekend, or I do this in a weekend, or maybe a matter of a week. I don't like it not running. So it's never had that full take apart and redo like I think it deserves at this point. My thought with this car was I wanted something I could drive to the track, run okay numbers, and drive it home. And that's what I do. I've driven it to Tucson drag strip. I've gone like 1080 2 or 3 times in a row there and driven it home. So I'll be 40 next month. I've had it 19 years. So I was 21, 22 when I got the car. I couldn't imagine never owning the thing.
Well, that concludes another episode of If This Car Could Talk, where the vehicle's story is as important as the car itself. A street car as badass as this Fox Body Mustang certainly qualifies, don't you think? Be sure to give this video the thumbs up and share it with your friends. Leave us a comment on what you think of Andy's pony car. This next Sunday, we've got a real blast from the past for those of you who remember, or at least now love, a last generation Ford F1 pickup truck. This truck is so cool we know you'll love it. Until then, remember, please be careful out there.